He's in this one. He's in this one. Let's go.
Let's to lead. The incoming president.
2 million votes are waiting for you.
Yeah.
Bawumia, you're tough.
Bawumia, tough. Let's to lead. Bawumia, let's to lead. Yes, Bawumia.
Let's to lead. Second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
We are tough.
Incoming president.
Ignatius, who decides what thing?
We are tough. It is possible. It is possible.
Has come when I look at where we are struggling. A lot of it has come through our dependence on fuel oils to generate power. Whenever we have challenges with fuel, we have challenges with power supply, by and large. But I want us as a country to move away from the fuel oils to solar power to generate electricity in Ghana. I want solar to be really the heart of the generation mix. Right now, we are not really using a lot of solar. So my policy over the next 4 years, God willing, is that we should bring in 2,000 megawatts of solar power. That is doable. 2,000 megawatts. That's more than half our consumption of electricity. You add that to Akosombo, then you have really brought down the cost of power in this country. So that will bring down the cost of living, it will help businesses to produce more, because ab initio, our businesses are very uncompetitive because you're paying 14 cents, 13 cents per kilowatt hour. Your competitors are paying 5 cents, 6 cents to produce the same good. You will have a problem. You can't compete. So I believe that if we can move towards solar power and bring in 2,000 megawatts to start with, it will be very good. When I announced this policy on February 7th, 2 major countries have come since that announcement to say, each of them say they can do 2,000 megawatts in 4 years. And I said, oh, well, and maybe if you can do 2,000 each, then maybe we should do 4,000. So that each of you can do 2,000 rather than that, if the price that you are talking about makes sense to us. But I think that if we do this, there will be huge potential. The first major potential, if we can move towards solar, is that it gives us an opportunity to set up solar panel manufacturing factories here in Ghana. We shouldn't just do solar by going to import solar panels. That would be a mistake. 2,000 megawatts of solar power means a lot of solar panels. It doesn't make sense for us to be importing all of those solar panels. We should produce them right here in Ghana, establish that capacity, and then be able to even export these panels to the sub-region. And I think that will create jobs and create more opportunities for all of us. So I think that moving towards solar power becomes very, very important. I also believe that Ghana should refocus on large-scale commercial agriculture, mechanized agriculture, irrigated agriculture, apply more technology, and all the countries that have done so well, like Ukraine before the war that they're going through right now, have really focused on large-scale commercial agriculture, infusion of a lot of technology with irrigation to do that. And I believe that that will really help us bring down the cost of food. In the area of transportation, public transport, I am proposing that we move to electric vehicles. Electric buses would really change the public transport cost significantly. Why do I say so? You don't have to be buying petrol or diesel every day to run them. They are running on power, on electric power, the batteries that are charged. the parts of the vehicle are very minimal. So the two elements in the cost of transport in our country is fuel and spare parts. We can really bring them down significantly. Anytime the fuel prices increase, immediately they increase the transport fares. But when they come down, they don't decrease them. So when I ask, why aren't you decreasing them? They tell me the spare parts prices have gone up. So I said, okay, very soon we'll have electric buses. And I'm hoping that we can have at least even 200 electric buses to have a proof of concept this year before we even enter next year, so that people will see how the buses can bring down the cost of transportation in our country. And I believe that the estimates we have is that at least we will bring it down by at least 40%, which is very, very important for all workers in the public sector. And we're talking to STC, Nana Bawumia is here, Metromas, and they are all working, even VIP and all of that, towards Ghana moving electric and all of that. That will bring down the cost of transport very significantly. Then one of the other areas I want us to do, which will really help all of us, is the digitalization of the land registration and transfer titling processes. The digitalization will really allow all of us. Right now, the dispute over land, I'm sure we have all been victims, that you go and buy land and you think you bought it from the right owner, only to be in the middle of building and then you are told to stop work because there's a case filed in court and that you are not the true owner of the land. The experiences of people is just so much in the area of land. And if you look at any country that has developed, look at all the advanced countries in the world, land has been one of the key factors, because the wealth in land is so huge. Because when you have land and you are developing land, it employs architects, it employs carpenters, masons, POP people. The employment that is generated in land is huge. Then you have mortgage markets developing. If you don't have a good sense of the title of land, you wouldn't have mortgage markets. Banks are afraid of even land as collateral because they could get themselves involved in litigation whenever it comes for enforcement. So they even discount, if you bring land, they discount your land asset as collateral. Sometimes they are not really interested in it. So if we are going to deal with this issue and allow mortgages to develop so that workers can buy houses and pay over 30 years, 25 years, then we have to resolve the land issue, the land titling issue. The best way to go about it is to digitalize the process. So we do the mapping of all the land and assign the ownership properly so that anybody sitting in your house, wherever, inside Ghana or outside Ghana, if you are given a piece of land and you enter the coordinates, you will be able to tell exactly who owns the land before you engage in negotiation. A lot of the times we are not able to tell. And then sometimes even you go to the lands registry and you're not given the right information. And then you end up in problems. So what we want to do is to digitalize the process for land registration. I know that a lot of land is stool land. And because it's vast, many of the chiefs don't register them because the registration fees for that vast amount of land can be high. So my proposal is simple. Let us waive those registration fees and allow all the land to be registered, because it is a very good piece of infrastructure for Ghana to allow all the land to be registered. When the chief sells the land, we can take out the registration fee at that point. But for now, let us make it open and allow anybody who is registering the land to register.